Hello, everybody. Oh, there's Torwing. Hi, Torwing. I need you. You need me? No. Okay. Welcome back to the solo survival. I have accomplished absolutely nothing since last episode. Are you proud? You should be. I do want to play around with a few things. I did do something, actually. So I want to throw a projector block on this guy. Sure. Temporarily. We should put one on Tugger, too. I don't know if I actually have one on Tugger 2 also. Tugger 2 also. But anyway, I did play around with the thruster cluster thing. Oh, these guys actually recharged finally? Yes. Oh, you're still out of parts, aren't you? Still out of large steel tubes. We should probably go fix that. Actually, while we go fix that, let's go look at something else. So we'll come back to the thrusters here in a second. We have some new hangar doors, which are pretty good. Also, while we're here, I don't think you have your dampeners on, do you? Oops. This weapon is disabled. Oh yeah, I turned off weapons for now. I probably don't need to do that. Which is the dampening button. There we go. That way Chip doesn't go floating away on us. I do want to convert this to a station. Hi, Tugger. I should probably turn you off. You're probably not helping performance. But yeah, we have different doors. So we have these piston doors right now. But we got some new ones, which I haven't actually looked at. I've never seen them in use. But I was wondering if maybe these would be better suited if we put them here instead of the piston doors. So what do we need? Steel plate. And then there's a matter of how can we do it. So I imagine I'd want to put it down one layer, so kind of this height. But currently this is a odd number door, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we do use these, they wouldn't be... The seam would move, I guess. We'd have to have the seam here or one up. So it'd be offset. So the bottom would be lower than the top. Or we could increase the height so that it is even. But then the center of the door will no longer line up with the connector, which is kind of nice. So currently this is the center of the door. So when you're in Tortwing or any vehicle, assuming you're in the center line of your ship, it will be lined up with this seam. Currently we can't do that with these guys as far as I can tell. So I don't know. We might take a look at that. I don't want to grind these away though and then put these. So what if we... Let's make some room. So I'll grind away the bottom. And I'll grind away the top. And maybe we'll recess it one lower down here at the bottom. And I gotta make sure I don't bisect any part of the ship. I do want to turn it back to a station soon. Just for performance reasons, really. And it'll make building a lot easier if I don't have to worry about a little piece floating off because I cut the wrong thing. Alright, there we go. While that's happening, why don't we throw Tortwing in there. And we can load her up. And I'm going to probably disable the timer here. So once Tortwing gets loaded up, we'll stop the timer. So we're not rushed. And then I can lay out the doors, and we can fill up Tortwing at our convenience. But yeah, I'm terrible with names. I should really bring up the comment section. But thank you guys for all your comments. But yeah, look at this. Someone mentioned this. This is one reason why we should turn it into a station. You can see these thrusters are kind of going crazy. So they're trying to stabilize the ship, especially with all these piston type stuff hanging off. It's always trying to counteract any movement and stuff that happens to it. So let's... Oh yeah, the welders. So what's happening? Our like simulation speed drops. What about input lag? It's up at 100. I think usually you want that at 60. Huh. Where am I looking here? So where I am looking is this guy. So I think that's supposed to be 60, but I could be wrong. You can tell me. I need a new GPU. A better GPU. And then sim speed we want at 1.0. And it's dropping. But I'm pretty sure that's the welders. Frame rate's not dropping. Right? But this feels like 4 frames per second. And it says we're getting 30. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so this guy. This is the one counting down. Who's going to spit out Tortwing if we leave it for too long, and it's currently set to 5 minutes. So we'll just stop that. Now torquing will stay in there indefinitely. I gotta be careful if I go in there and out of there, those welders will turn back on. I don't want that to happen, because that is lag inducing. Okay, so let's lay out some of these doors and at least get a look at what they look like. A look at what they look like, really? Is that the way to say that? Oh, I think not. Yeah, maybe it is. And then we'll do it a shame. So that's, these only extend 2 blocks. Oh wait, this might be too far down. So where are we going to put the seam? Right here? Which means I got to raise these up 1. I didn't have to grind away as much as I did. But that's okay. So let's try that. Okay, they are heavy on the steel plate. I did not pay attention to that. So I need to refuel, or restock up, I guess. And then we'll give it a little go. Manually, maybe. Actually, let's take a look at something. What do they have for controls? What are they called? Door? Hanger door. Airtight hanger door. So they have an open close. What about for like timers and stuff? What does it have there? Does it have an open? Aha! And a closed. So that I like. Actually, I think they added a bunch of stuff. Or they added some toggles. Let's see something. What does sensors have now? Don't they have... Yeah, detect player on, off, increase. What did they give us? Detect floating objects on, off. So I like these concrete on and off instead of a toggle. So that's actually really cool. It doesn't seem to list... Oh, it's got a scroll bar. I was like, where are the rest of them? Cool. Yeah, this is what I like to see. I want more of these. So what about pistons? Are pistons any different? Let's see here. Toggle on, increase, decrease, reset, increase, increase. No, nothing new there. Okay. All right, let me restock. More steel plates, please. Okay, so there we go. Obviously there's gaps, but let's just test here. So hanger doors, are they? Whoops. We have to go into the station. I could have hit that button, but I didn't. I'm sorry. Mobile base, hanger doors, and I really should have labeled them. Let's just throw them all on HUD, I guess, for right now. We have 8 to 14 at the bottom, 15 to 21 at the top. I guess it doesn't matter, actually. I don't need to know. Oh, I did it again. I don't need to know which ones are which. So we're going to add this actually into this thing. Oh, I'm spelling hanger wrong, aren't I? Yep. You fool. Let's see here. Let's just call it RB for repair bay. Oops. Wrong bracket. And hanger doors for now. Good enough. So then we got to find our timer blocks. And I'm going to have to go through and figure out... Now RB should be all the ones that are for the repair bay. And I'm going to have to go through and find which ones open the doors for the pistons. And I'm going to add in all the other ones. I really wish these were still in the same order as when I made them. But that's okay. So I'll do that because that might take some time. And I don't know exactly where they all are. Okay, actually, I think we have this easier than I thought. Because I made a timer for the bay door. Bay door open stage 2 and bay door closer. So all I should have to do is go in here and grab our group, hanger doors, and simply closed. And then I will do the same for bay door. Let's see, we could do it here. Bay door stage 2 start. I don't think it really matters where we put this. It might just change the timing a little bit, but for this purpose, I think it's okay. Okay. Let's see if that works. Oh, let's take those off. Hanger. Okay. It shouldn't do anything the first time. Let's close them manually. Ooh. Okay, well, this is always dangerous. Expect bad things to happen. Okay. Closed. They do look interesting. And I think they're fairly durable. I think people are saying on the forums they're equivalent to the blast doors. It does look weird. I think I actually like the blast door look a bit better. Are they paintable? Or is that actually painted? That's white. So what if we took this guy and painted you that? Does it actually change? Oh yeah, it does. So that might be a bit better. Maybe it's just the white that really is messing with me. Yellow stripes are kind of cool. Of course, we don't actually need this here, but it would be nice to remove as many stuff on the other end of pistons or rotors as we can. You know, just some insurance there. Okay. Let's find out what happens. If things go wrong, we're going to turn off the power. Someone's told me to do this before. Although I'm not remoted into the ship. Once we're connected, I could do that, I guess. But we're going to... I don't know what we'll do. We'll jump into the remote. That's what we'll do. So things go bad. We go M-base, remote... control, and then we just hit C and we power it down. Is that a wise idea? Then we just have to go to the cockpit and turn it back on. Yeah, okay. Sure, why not? Because I might have forgotten something. Yep. Or I could just turn on the hangar doors. Or open the hangar doors. Oh yeah! So that didn't work. Whatever group I added it into didn't do the trick. Unless I put them backwards. Maybe I closed it at the wrong time and now it's trying to open it. Let's see if they close. No, they close. So I just had the opener wrong. And Q input lag. Bam. Alright. Timer. 5. Think. Manual. Trigger. Give me back my torque wing, please. So we'll see. Let me know what you think of those guys. If you think they look better than the blast doors. Well, they opened that time. So that's good. Whatever I did, whatever's in the very start sequence, I'll have to double check. Because that could be disastrous. Yeah. For now, what I think I'm going to do is turn them off until I sort that out. So nothing is trying to turn them on. Let's open them again. Open. And then we'll turn them off. That way, even if the repair bay tries to interact with them, nothing should happen. Okay, let's go finish that projector block. So I'm going to try to keep things a bit more mixed up if I can. So we'll try not to work on one thing the whole episode and try to switch it up. I didn't get a chance to do too much progress. I just got to play around with the thruster cluster. That's what we're going to take a look at. So I built one in creative, kind of using some of your guys' ideas. Try to do it a bit more layered and curved. So we'll take a look, but I don't know how big it is, because it's quite big. And it might be too big, so we'll see. So projector. Blueprints. And I've named it mobile. What did I name it? Mothership. Part 1, thruster cluster. So we'll load that up. That's quite big. And I will set up some blueprints for projector stuff. So we could do increase horizontal, decrease horizontal. We don't need to rotate this thing. We just need to move it around a bit. But we can also move around by moving the whole ship. Oh, I screwed something up. Forward offset, increase forward offset, increase, decrease. Okay, So that should allow us to move it. And really, I just want to move it forward, probably. There's a reactor right at the center, but that's not necessarily needed. It's just to give it power, actually, in creative mode. Okay. Let's throw it all the way forward. Then we don't have to have the ship nearby. And then we can back the ship right up. So that might be too big. It's looking a little big. Okay, how can we line this up? If I was better diagonal, or if I was lined up diagonally, I could have just backed straight up. Okay. Let's grab Tortwing. Oh, I can't. Stupid tugger. Alright, let's grab Tortwing and fly down. And then we'll position him down here, him, her, it, and we can just look up. Okay. So obviously it can't be that orientation either. So I have to rotate. Alright, let's go back up here. So let's get ourselves, let's see here. I don't know how to line it up really. And we don't really need to be too exact. But I need to be square. So essentially I have to be like this. I can't be at an angle like I just was. So we just got to figure out what is good. Crooked. Crooked, maybe? Can't tell. So it's got this little lip around it, which you might be able to see. So that's going to be sticking down, I think. And then it will go up and then maybe down again, I'm not sure. But that could get butted up right in the corner. So it looks like we got our spin. Something like that. Might not be too far off. Let's move forward a bit, to the right a bit. And then we can get out, go into Tortwing, remote, use one of his cameras. Okay. Yeah, here we should really have a remote into the tugger. And then we could move this thing around remote while we're looking right here. So that's a lot of thrusters. That is just one cluster. I did like the idea of having multiple clusters. Some smaller clusters and then creating a little pattern with them. This just kind of happened. And it's a lot bigger than I thought. I see. But that could be it, actually. That's not bad. If you just imagine 4 of them. 4 big clusters like that. Aha. Alright, well let's leave that. Or here, I'll give you a better look at it, because it is kind of tricky to see as a projector. But it basically has this one kind of recessed in the center here. There's just 5 little small thrusters. And then it kind of slopes up to the big thruster. And I tried to put as many big thrusters as I could, and then I just kind of filled in things with small thrusters. I also tried to add some armor kind of beveling. So I like the idea of making it kind of concave. So that's kind of what I did. So it's recessed more in the middle, and as you come out to the sides, it gets taller, so the thrusters stick out more. And I mean, there's a lot of them. And where are we going to get all the thruster components for these guys? Definitely not at the asteroid, that's for sure. That takes way too long. I mean, we've been processing platinum since day 1, right? And what do we got? I don't even know. Platinum ingots. That's not a lot. That's really not a lot. If you look how much silicone we have, and cobalt and nickel, and I mean, yeah, this is nothing. Nothing. So yeah, I think our only viable option of getting all those sorts of components is going to be cargo ships. So that is where we'll get those. We'll have to get a better way or a better ship to go out and attack them. All right. So yeah, there it is. And I kind of built it as a standalone piece. So I tried to decrease kind of the triangle count on that back end here by beveling all the edges of the armor, just creating a semi-smooth, but I could have done a better job actually, now that I look at it. And yeah, so that's kind of the whole housing that we need, so we shouldn't have to add too much more on the inside of the ship. We can just fix it to the hull, hopefully, wherever we feel like it. Alright, I'd like to spend the rest of the episode tinkering back with our control room area. So let's turn this off. Toggle on off. Okay, we don't need all these projectors because I do want to get Tugger. Tugger 2. Who needs a projector block? Yes. But yeah, we don't need these on right now, but I would like to get Tugger 2 built soon, so to do that, we're going to work on automating the crane. Projector, probably you. There we go. It should improve frame rate a little bit. Alright, what's all on the HUD right now? HUD check. Oh, I think we're good. Just Chip with his bugged out beacon. Okay. So yeah, let's revisit this idea. So it sounds like you guys are interested in this. Hey, stop turning. No spinny. But we will rework this. So let's grab Tortwing again. Our cameraman. Which one's your mid camera? There we go. We'll bring Tortwing up. So I think the goal for now is going to be, I want to keep this thing mobile as well, because I don't know exactly where we want it. So we'll be careful with how we do that. You welder? I think you're the... Oh, hello. Mine's bigger than yours. Okay. Excuse me. So we'll get rid of that, and we'll put it back. So essentially what I want to do... Okay, let's back off. Okay, what is up with this group? You can see I can't turn it off. Is it just an on toggle? Is that what I've done? That is what I've done. Okay. Problem solved. I'm genius. So yeah, I don't know exactly where we want this. So what we'll probably do is do a merge block thing. So let's put that back. And we'll just do that, and then I don't think that will stay connected if I break that. So just break this temporarily. I want to move this up one. We don't need these. So this will allow us some flexibility in figuring out exactly where, what height we want this. We can move all this up to whatever ground level we decide on. So something like that, and then I'll do... So this will be roughly the floor, but we don't know what height this floor will be at, so we might move it. And we're giving ourselves the flexibility to do that. Alright, so this will probably be that glass with the projector block. And then we'll put those guys back, the rotors. And I'm out of stuff. Okay, let's finish the merge. You finish that, please. Okay, so I'm going to try maybe, instead of recessing the rotor, what if we kept it above and then just kind of beveled around it? Or even, I don't have any of this light armor variants on my bar right now, but we could just do that. Keep it really low profile. Oh, come on, oh, no, whoa, yeah, got it. Don't worry about it, I got it. And then we get rid of that. Okay, and then I gotta do that trick to get the small thing in again. And then we'll measure it out, figure out how many of those little blocks we want. Or how many little timer blocks we want, and in what shape. And then we'll figure out the height. And then we'll try to place one of these above as well, and see what we like. Alternatively, we could do some rounded stuff. We haven't done any rounded. So that might be interesting. It would be bulkier. Hard to tell until we're done. But we can switch that up after the fact. I think that's... Either way, we'll create some kind of base. Alright, there we go. We've got that attached again. So now we can build off that. Thank you, Tortwing. Your growths are very handy. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Stop chirping. Why are you chirping? There's no need to chirp anymore. Stop it. There's nothing near you. It's nothing. Why are you playing? Stop. Why? I don't remember why you do this. Okay. You goofed. We'll pretend that never happened, okay? I don't want to find out why it's happening. Let's just pretend it didn't, okay? If it happens again, we'll deal with it. Okay. How big do we want this, and what do we want it to look like? I think someone mentioned trying to make it look like a brain. So let's grab... I don't know if we can do that. Let's just see how many we could fit and how tall we want it to be. I would like it to stick up out of the ground and maybe be able to do some kind of shape. So we want to keep it above this line, right? So we could start as soon as here with it, but maybe we'll save that for some armor. I do need some interior plate. ZZZ. Nope. ZZ. Let's get rid of some of you, and we'll take some of you instead. Probably need a lot of these. Alright, so the goal with this is to have a lot of timer blocks with a little bit of space. And it would probably be nice to have them in some kind of order. But, I mean, we can do... I don't know how big we could do. Let's try a 5x5 cube first off and see what that looks like. That might be big enough. We could try to make it like a pyramid. So that's 5x4 and 5x5. So we could just simply do that and bring it all the way up. I mean, we could keep it hollow like this even. Or make a big shape of it. So, of course, I knew I'd need more. Why didn't I just grab a whole bunch? Because that's all you could fit in your tiny little inventory. Well, that's a good reason, I guess. Let's empty everything. Let's go pure interior plate. Goodness. Okay. So what if... No. No. So that'd be a 3x3 opening. We could just simply go and recess the next ones in. And then we could maybe throw a computer on there. I don't know. These might be better to be somewhere else. Of course you want steel plates. Of course you do. Of course you do. So we could have one inside the core. Of course, how are we going to get up there? We wouldn't really. But I guess that's kind of not for typical everyday use, but when you really got to troubleshoot. And we could recess this middle one in a block too. So then it's kind of like a series of cubes. Yeah, in terms of making it like a brain, that could work too. I'd have to play around with that, probably in creative. See if we could get something. But I kind of like that. It's fairly simple. And we'd fill up the middle. Of course, the way I've placed these, the numbering is going to be all crazy, I think. So basically it looks like a giant timer block almost, I guess. So that's okay. And I think the bottom was full, wasn't it? So let's make the top full as well. And then I think we gotta say goodbye here, unfortunately. Didn't get that much done. So now I'll grab steel plates, and then I'll try beveling it, and I'll bevel the bottom real quick, and we'll see what that looks like. Alright, I think we'll leave it here. We got this cluster. I'm not gonna weld them up just yet, because I don't think we'll keep it exactly like this. And I'll wait to see what you guys have to think, or have to say. But I would like to probably make that taller. So I just did slimy bits, and we'll see about maybe filling that in. But right now it's just kind of like a bracket. And we could actually maybe do something like that. So it looks like it's a clamp that's holding on. And then do a bit more slopey. Or we could turn to the 30 degree instead of the 45. I could do something like that, so it's like it's holding on to this cube, or give the illusion that it is. And I would like to try to get a rotor on the top, so I have that bit there, but I'm not sure it'll fit. Let's see here. Each large armor block is 2.5, right? and each armor block is 0.5. So 5 of these should be equal to 1 of those. Is that right? Doesn't seem right. Oh yeah, it is. Of course it is. Basic math. Just because it's offset, I guess. So this doesn't quite line up. So what do we have for height? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, that's what we got. So we have an extra 0.5 here. So we would have to make this a probably even design. Or, let's see, or maybe change the ratio. Maybe if it's longer, we can get it to work. So if it's like 5 here, and then another 5 in the stem, and another 5 in the bottom stem, then that's equivalent to 3 armor blocks. So that would do. So that's probably what we should do. So we have to add in 2 more blocks of height. So that from, or yeah, let's see here. Or maybe more. So basically from this line, we need 3 more. So the stem should be 6 because one of the blocks we're losing to the rotor, I think, or it looks like. So that's an option. And we could play around with the look of it. It looks kind of small compared to the base. So maybe we should go bigger. And maybe we should try a different shape. I don't know. But let me know your thoughts. The goal is to have 4 of those, secured at the base and the ceiling. And then we'll throw in some computer stuff and some LCD screens. And I think there's a good script we can play around with that'll allow us to display a whole bunch of different information on screens, and I think even click to change them and stuff like that. I'm not too sure. Have to look at that a bit more closely. But yeah, that's it. So once we get this in place and we're happy with it, and we don't ever want to change the core. Oh yeah, I wanted to add a projector block too. So we have that computer there. What if we threw one in the center? If we did this. Oh, I already have one. Suck it. So something like that. Bam. So that way, if we ever needed to recreate this, it will all be saved in a blueprint, and we can just project it back onto the stem. Like we might have to rebuild the stem a bit or something to get the projector in place, but then we can just throw one somewhere and recreate it, and then remove it if we need to, if the existing one isn't accessible. But yeah, I think bigger, but let me know what you think. We'll get that, and when we have a whole bunch of timer blocks we can play with, we'll start kind of figuring out what the crane needs to do. Its most basic function of just panning left, extending a bit, panning again, extending a bit, panning, and then eventually going up, panning, and then maybe going back, panning. So I think we might be able to just, I don't know, create some kind of counter and then use the same set of timer blocks again and again. So each arc will be the same set of timer blocks, and we'll just have to sequence them so they're activated like 10 times, and then it goes to the next one. I haven't really figured out how to do that yet, but I'm sure it's possible. More programming, but that's beyond me. Alright guys, take it easy. Thanks for watching. See you next time.